Ever wondered why your clock jumps forward an hour in the spring and falls back in the fall? That's daylight savings time, a practice of adjusting the clock to extend daylight during the evening hours. It's a fascinating practice, isn't it? But how does it all work? So, you might be wondering how this daylight savings thing works. Well, it's quite simple, really. As the seasons change, so does the amount of daylight we get. So, to make the most of this, we adjust our clocks. In spring, when the days start to get longer, we spring forward an hour. It's like we're borrowing an hour of sunlight from the evening and adding it to the morning. Then, when autumn rolls around and the days begin to shorten, we fall back an hour. We're essentially returning the hour we borrowed back in spring. This time shift helps us make better use of daylight during the longer days of the year. Okay, that's the how. But why do we do this? So, why do we go through this semi-annual time warp? Well, the primary rationale behind daylight savings time is energy conservation. By shifting the clock, we're able to make better use of daylight and thereby reduce the need for artificial light. Additionally, longer evenings encourage outdoor activities. The concept has its roots in the early 20th century, though it's not observed everywhere. Countries near the equator, for instance, experience little variation in daylight hours, making the shift unnecessary. So, there you have it, the what, how, and why of daylight savings time. Before we wrap up, here are the key points to remember about daylight savings time. It's a clever practice of adjusting the clock to extend daylight during the evening hours, involving springing forward in spring and falling back in autumn, all with the aim of conserving energy and fostering evening activities. And that's daylight savings time in a nutshell, a simple yet ingenious way of making the most of our daylight hours.